What is going on, Gaming with Dallas? We are here. MLB The Show is upon us. We got a chance to play it. I got a chance to play it, and I've been playing it a lot. I kid you not, I probably have 20 hours on the game already. Yeah, I'm sweating. I don't care. This is my job. This is my job outside of school. All I get to do, I get to play MLB The Show all day. So, as you guys can tell by the title, I'm going to be talking about kind of my initial feelings of the game. I'm going to try not to overreact. Kind of early in MLB The Show, like always early in MLB The Show, it's always like really fun. But then it just, once you play longer, you really get a feel for how the game actually is. So this is just my initial thoughts. It will, and probably will change. So I'm just going to go ahead and start. I love it. I think it's really, really good. I think comparing it to last year, right? Some of the biggest issues I had with last year's game. First of all, fielding didn't work the first few weeks of the game. Like, you couldn't field balls at the wall. You would run past the ball sometimes. And that seems like it should, it should be that seems like it shouldn't be a big thing, but like every year they tune fielding, and it's always been an issue. Like, it's been different. Something's been wrong with it to the point where like the game's really frustrating to play early because you end up losing games because of fielding issues. I can't say fielding feels the same as MLB The Show 20, but it feels good. It feels like how it should be. And that could just because I've been so used to playing with all those 99 overall cards. Everything is everything was so easy to field, but now we're back to the point where like good fielders feel like how they should be, and bad fielders are not good. I think in terms of the outfield, one of the biggest things, more so than fielding, is like the speed rating. Because like Roberto Clemente, for example, he should be one of the best fielders in the game, right? But his speed is so low, and a lot of the times when you get one of those gappers or a close play, you're gonna have the ball flash red, right? But if they're really slow, it seems like the time it takes for them to get there kind of outweighs their fielding number, and a lot of times it's gonna end up not being a catch. So in that aspect, I do think that better overall fielders should be able to make those like close plays at a way higher percentage than they are right now. Because it does seem like it seems more like it's random than it is based on their fielding rating. But fielding's not bad. At least it's not glitchy, right? That was a big thing for me. Another two big notable things that I was looking for coming into this game was, one was pitching, right? Everyone who played this game last year knows that when you pitched, sometimes it would go just wherever it wanted to go. You get perfect timing, it'll go down the middle. You get bad timing, it'll hit an exact location. And it felt random, right? It felt like sometimes the best player wasn't winning the game because the game was just kind of screwing you because you didn't have control of where your pitches were. And at that point, it was just a batter's game. And that really killed MLB The Show 20 for me. MLB 19 was perfect. Pitching was great. It was really based on user input, and 20 they went away from that, and it seemed just kind of random sometimes. 21, I can say I've had very, very, very few instances where I've had like a perfect input and the ball went down the middle, or the ball was in a really bad location. It has happened a few times, but it's not nearly as much. Like, it seemed like it was happening, multiple times a game in MLB The Show 20, but in MLB so far at 21, it might happen once, and it sucks, but it is what it is. I can say it feels closer to 19's pitching than 20, and that's a good thing because 20's pitching was awful. It's really what killed it's what made the game worse than 19 for me. So I like it. I hope they don't do any crazy patches. Right now it is hard to pitch because everyone's so early in the game, so the difficulty is really low, and so everyone can hit the ball because the PCIs are really big, but it is what it is. Now here's the biggest thing for me, right? Last year they talked about hitting, how you're going to get rewarded for hitting, and earlier in last year's game you were definitely rewarded for hitting. You had a perfect, or you had something of that nature, it was gone, and it is the exact same way this year. I'm getting rewarded for almost everything that I hit well. I'm getting rewarded so much that I can't, like, I'm not even gonna say like there is some times where sure I get a perfect line out, but it's like that is so rare that, you know, it really kind of corresponds with the numbers that they showed what 20 would look like when it released. Keep in mind they could patch this like they normally do. They usually patch it, drop a patch. And you also got to keep in mind that we're playing on rookie difficulty, veteran difficulty, all-star difficulty, so it is easier to hit. And we're also playing worser pitchers right now, like, you know, so take that with a grain of salt. But the hitting feels really good. Another thing that I'm noticing is that although it is easy to hit, I have felt like in every game I've had full control of my pitching, and like I haven't felt that randomization factor that just made it seem like anybody could win. MLB The Show is kind of perfect game in terms of being skill based, right? Like at any point, anybody, I mean, the better player should win every game because it's one of those games where it's difficult to just get lucky all the time. 20 felt like you could get lucky, like at a very good rate. 21 so far, I cannot say that I'm 10-8 so far in ranked season. I can't say that I lost because, you know, I got, you know, unlucky. Like I lost to 8 players that were genuinely better than me, and I beat 10 people that I was better than. Like the games went as they should have gone. Like if you're playing someone who doesn't know how to hit, they're not going to magically get awarded with a hit or a random home run. Like you really got to, you know, you got to have a good hit for you to get rewarded. And that's all I can ask. Like it's going to be a slugfest regardless, but all that I could ever want is just to make sure that my opponent actually earned the home run. Because it happened far too often in 20 where it was a good okay tank. The ball PCI was here, the ball was here with a home run, Oppo Taco, a 3-run shot out of nowhere, and and that is what's making this game so fun for me. Everything makes sense so far. Other stuff, some tedious things, kind of smaller things. Bunt cheesing seems to kind of be nerfed. Oh well, bunt cheesing seems to make more sense now. It seems to be dependent on the defense instead of just. Last year was just cheese. Like they would get anybody, no matter who you had at that position, at second base or third base, whoever it was, they were going to get a slow animation, and the person was going to be safe at first every time. This year, it seems to be dependent on their defensive abilities. I have Jose Altuve running second. A guy bunt cheese 3 times against me. I have Trey Turner as well, who he was bunt cheesing with. I tried to bunt cheese on him. He had Javier Baez playing second. I got thrown out. I only did it once, but I got thrown out. And so it made sense. Like, that's how it should be. You should reward players for having good defensive players out there. So that's beautiful to see. One issue, stealing just feels really off. I have multiple players with 99 steal and also like 99 speed, and they just sit there. They just sit there and kind of watch. It doesn't like you try to time it, you can't even time it. It seems like it's kind of just dependent on what the game wants to give you at that point in time. So I'd hope that they fix it and at least allow me to time it myself, or allow them to get a good jump based on their overall instead of having it feel random. Outside of that, I think the game is in a good spot right now. I'm interested to see as the weeks go on and people start to get more frustrated and things start to arise. We will see what type of patches they drop and what they end up fixing or taking away or whatever. So hope for the best, but if you're using this video as a guide as to whether you should get MLB The Show 21, it's a much better game. It's a much better product than 20. If you like Diamond Dynasty, you'll like it. I think you'll like the gameplay. It's a fun game. If you're a competitive player, you'll like the gameplay. If you're a casual, you might struggle a bit because it's gonna be tough. But other than that, that's all I got for you guys. MLB The Show 21, 2 thumbs up right now. Still a lot of time for it though. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitch. I stream daily. I'll probably streaming ranked seasons right now. We're gonna be starting a no money spent Diamond Dynasty team here shortly, probably today or tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. Other than that, you guys have a blessed afternoon. You guys have a blessed MLB The Show. Let me know what you guys think about the game. If I got anything wrong, if everything I said was stupid and dumb, interactions are interactions, negative or positive. So you guys have a good day. I'll catch y'all next video. Peace.